happy to see majority of you interact with Mr. Pratik Jain, and there were few very good questions that I saw from your side. Okay, and the questions were also very relevant. I appreciated the questions because when you are asking, काश हमको ऐसे अच्छे questions कोई हमारे sessions में पूछता, ऐसा लगा था मुझे उस समय. But then yes, the topics that I taught might be boring. That is there. So this particular topic of entrepreneurship, although you must have now come to know what is entrepreneurship. So I'll just scroll through my agenda. What I'm planning is this. I have been given 1 hour. I should be able to finish off in 1 hour. That's not a big issue. But if you want to discuss something, if you want any generic scenarios, then definitely you feel free to ask. Okay. So this is the agenda that we will be having. I will be concentrating on the term entrepreneur. My topic is, as you already have seen, I am talking about something with respect to data science and how you can relate it to entrepreneurship. So this is what we are generally going to talk about. I think you have already had 2 sessions, so you must be knowing this and this. So, but we'll still deliberate on it because there are certain things. And then I would like to talk about this particular aspect. Okay, that is entrepreneur, which is very important aspect of majority of your lives. Okay, so that is what I am going to discuss. Lastly, I'll also be talking about data science and some common business models in data science. I'll not be talking about definitions of data science, but we'll see. Okay, so just to start up the session, what do you think is entrepreneur according to you? You already have had sessions, a lot of sessions now. So what do you mean by entrepreneur? You can see some terms that are mentioned over here in this particular figure. But what according to you, जो भी आपने 2 सेशंस भरे हैं, 3 सेशंस भरे हैं बाहर के लोगों के, घर की मुर्गी तो दाल बराबर होती है, लेकिन बाहर के लोगों के जो भरे हैं उसके हिसाब से आपको क्या समझ में आया है? What have you been able to understand? Class? Arpit sir, is the chat and voice enabled for them? I guess yes.
Yes, sir. They can speak. They can write even in chat also. When they are writing also, so we can't mute ourselves. Just wait. Participant settings.
Unmute के सेटिंग उनके वॉइस मतलब जो इन और आउट वॉइस है ना उसको डिसेबल कर.
Yes. Now I think you can unmute yourself, students, right? Yes, Prajita. Now you can answer to sir.
Yeah.
Afternoon, sir. Sir, as far as I know, an entrepreneur is someone who takes risk, takes challenges, who has leadership qualities, and who has the eagerness or the curiousness to build his own empire.
Okay. So she is adding one word which is not in this particular slide, and that is empire. Okay. Pardon my writing, but that is empire. Okay. Anybody else? So, Prajita, you are not an entrepreneur. This is what you are trying to put forward.
So it's not like that. Currently, I have no such ideas that where to start and how to start. Once I get what's happening in an organization, I may think of it.
Okay. I was listening to the discussions previously also, other people's also, and this was one concern that I would like to see what happens in the market. And there was one statement from Pratik, if you remember, he said start early. Okay. So my statement is start today. Don't start early, start today. If you are thinking of business, start today. Don't go for your projects of MCA in industry. Convert what you are going to do or what you have. Use this 6 months for that particular aspect. Try to build up something for what you are planning for your future. This is my thought process. Okay. Do not look for any job opportunities. Do not go for your MCA projects in industry. Okay. Rather, try to do what you are interested in. in terms of your entrepreneurship idea. Okay. We'll be coming on that because I am going to discuss about entrepreneurship, and I'm going to give you some hints about data science and how it can be used in entrepreneurship. Okay. So yes, very correct what Sujita said, and what you must have learned from different definitions on net as well as from different speakers, that it's basically an ability. Entrepreneurship, you can say, is an ability, okay, and which allows you to do a lot of things like innovation, perform, generate knowledge and gather knowledge, maybe then do business, generate teams, have a good leadership, becoming assertive. When we say assertive, we'll be looking at that. Maybe risk tolerance. You have a higher capacity of taking risks. This is what we are trying to put forward. But then every day, once we leave our house or once we leave our office, we do take risks, isn't it? Driving a vehicle is also a risk. Okay. So risk taking capacity is everywhere. A person has that. But how actually a person from a normal entity it gets converted to entrepreneur is a very important aspect. That is what one thing that should be looked upon. Okay. Okay. So before I proceed, one more question. If I want to identify, say for example, I want to use this versus this. So if I want to write entrepreneur versus business, what will you say about it? How are they different? How are these two things different? Entrepreneurship and business. How are these two things different?
Sir, like entrepreneur and business, we can say business is what we are doing, and entrepreneur comes inside the business.
Okay, fine.
So, like we can say in business, we need entrepreneur, and entrepreneur means innovation, team. Like you have displayed here leadership.
Okay, okay.
Like this
Uh,
way, for according to me,
so
like this way.
at some point of time, Paras, you are very correct. They are interrelated. Yes, but as such, objective and goal of both of them are totally opposite. They are not same.
Yes, sir. Goal of them are totally different, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
relate like this.
So if you have seen the advertisement of platinum that is coming right now in TVs, there is one ad which says that there are two friends who are discussing, and they are saying that one person is saying that you had a loss this time. अगर आपने कुछ बंदों को छोड़ दिया होता, so you might not have had made a loss. And that the answer that second person gives is okay, for means profit and loss are different for different people. Okay, so this time it's the trust of my employees that's my profit, not the money. Okay, so if you want to, अगर आपने और ऐड देखी होगी तो शायद आप रिलेट कर पाओगे जो मैं बता रहा हूँ. मैं उसको भी यहाँ पे आपके सामने नहीं रख रहा हूँ, या नहीं भी देखी हो तो आप देखोगे तो समझ जाओगे मैं जो बता रहा हूँ. वो दो एंटिटीज में है ना, वन इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड वन इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी द बिजनेसमैन. Okay, the one who says that the trust of the people is my profit this year in this pandemic. Okay, that is the quality of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship does not always look for profit. Yes, to sustain, definitely profit has to be there, but the aim and objective is not only profit. Okay, there are a lot of other things. And when we talk about business, the main aim of business is to generate profit. Okay, nothing beyond that. Okay, fine. So I think we are clear about this. Moving ahead, if you want to define entrepreneurship, these are certain statements that you can get. First statement, a Gujarati, which I think everybody must be able to read. Those who are able to read Gujarati, if someone of you can read it, and why it has been mentioned like this, that is more important, that we need to discuss. Can someone read Gujarati other than Paras, Sujita, Vanshika, Ankit, Dhamsania? Can anyone read this? Vanshika, can you read?
Sir, maybe Jain to pidha jani kind of.
Very good, Vanshika. So she was not having her clear, she was not clear about our Gujarati, but still she tried. That's again a quality of an entrepreneur. They do not stop. Okay, they would like to try even if they are trying to fail. Okay, So that's what Jain to pida jani jani. Okay, which basically means that you know this is poison. Yes, Gujarati program English में translate करे या convert करे, so you know this is poison and still you are taking poison. Okay, and that is what is actually entrepreneurship. Okay, so why we are saying that, we will come to discuss it very soon. Then it has, a person is having some unusual desire to do things differently. Okay, now if you remember what Pratik said in the morning, and I was very 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 excited to hear that statement coming from Pratik, that today you cannot say that, or you cannot actually say that this is a new idea. Okay, because as he said that जो भी आप सोचो available है. Okay, and that is where this term becomes very important, that we now, instead of thinking that this is a new idea, we have to think that okay, this thing can be done in different manner, and that ultimately could be converted to an idea. Okay, that is what is the thought process. Second, third thing is, it is a belief that I can do it. So irrespective of how much I know, how much I am ready to know, the belief, the end belief is I can do it. Okay, it is ability to connect with people, and not only connect with people, but connect people with ideas also. Okay, so it is a combination of two things. Okay, it's also capability to get things done. If you can see the previous slide and this slide, they are relating now. It's again a mindset of living uncomfortably. Now this is something. Now, why would I like to live uncomfortably? Yes, isn't it? Okay. If you take a scenario of two brothers, your Mukesh Ambani and another Anil Ambani, you can see them going into two different directions. Yes, one is falling down, 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 another is rising up, up, and up. But then for that rising up, you actually need to be living uncomfortably. You cannot stay uh, smooth. You cannot stay in terms of a what status quo scenarios. Okay, you have to work hard. Okay, although once you become good entities, you generally hire people to do good things for you. This is what actually Jack Ma had said, isn't it? That if you might be an entrepreneur can hire someone who can do things for him, but then initially he has to do it. Otherwise, he will not be able to do that thing. Okay. Then maybe a social goal to create opportunities for many. This is what is another entity. Rather than you getting a job, you become a provider of the job. So you create opportunities for the market. You become the provider of meals for n number of families. That is also one important aspect. And know well, when that responsibility comes to you, okay, your thought process changes. Working for someone, okay, I'm saying working for someone and then making others work for you. These are two different things. Okay, and it becomes very very difficult. Even if you are a boss in an organization, again things would be different in this particular case. Okay. Then just to go ahead, because I'll not be talking too much about entrepreneurship, but still it can be represented in a different manner also, and it can be represented as a value. So entrepreneurship is nothing but a value. Now when I say value, what type of value? Then the values can be classified as social value, might be, okay, financial value, emotional values, and physical values. You would like to create certain value, social value, in terms of you might want to create something which is in the benefit of the society, okay, which helps the society. So maybe someone coming up with a app which provides guidance to maybe the physically challenged people, that could be considered as a social value. Financial value, again, when I say you are becoming a provider to some people, okay, you become provider of meals to, or you become means of providing meals to someone else, then it creates a financial value. Emotional value, again, you might be attached with the product, you might be attached with the company, you might be attached with the employees, all those are involved. And then physical value, so as soon as you go on building assets, definitely your worthwhile increases. Okay, in the business segment or in the financial market, you are identified using this and this in general. Okay, so if I want to sell my company, what will be looked upon is this and this. It may not be looking upon emotional aspects. But then entrepreneurship is again something which does not fall under the normal category of business entity. Okay. Then why entrepreneurship? Okay. Different people have different reasons why would they love to go for entrepreneurship. Okay, and the first thing that generally lead people to entrepreneurship. This is not the list that I have created. This is a list by researchers of Harvard. I have not I did not quote it here as of now. So I'm sorry for that. But then what they are saying is that generally people become entrepreneur to do good for the society. Okay. Then second reason why they are trying to become entrepreneurs is that they would like to generate respect from their peers. Then they would like to become self-reliant. This is something next also. Then uh, they want to become their own boss. Now this particular entity, self-reliant and boss, okay, these are two different things, because then again, there are two different aspects that you need to remember very clearly, and that is a boss and a leader. Entrepreneurship is the second part. It is not this part. But still, a leader always is a boss. Okay, but there are two different, there are many different distinct qualities of a boss and a leader. Okay, boss generally would be ordering you, do this, do this, do this. Might not be knowing himself what is to be done. But leader will be motivating you. He'll be working with you. If you are in trouble, he will be trying to help you out, and in a different manner. Okay, so this is how you basically can classify. You will be identifying such kind of people everywhere. So that's not a big deal. Then it also, people go to entrepreneurship or move towards entrepreneurship because it gives them a opportunity to bring creativity to life. Okay, so they want to do something which they like. Okay. Then make use of time in optimistic manner. This is another thing. And the last one is that to earn and attain better standard of living. So ultimately you can see this particular part, earn and attain better standard of living, comes at the end in terms of entrepreneurship. Okay, आप लोग जब भी job join करते हैं तो मुझे कितना मिलेगा, how much amount I am going to get, whether I am getting my worthwhile or not, or you think all those things. Yes, definitely you should think. I'm not denying बिना पैसे के कुछ काम होता नहीं है. Okay, so money is required, but money becomes important only when there is a dire need. Otherwise, everything is possible. Everything without money is feasible and possible. Okay, but as in terms of the society that we live, definitely it at times has to be taken into account. Now, if you move ahead, why tech entrepreneurship? So these are certain reasons why we would like to become tech entrepreneur. Now I am specifying, or I am explicitly writing the word tech here. Okay, I'm not only talking about entrepreneurship. I'm writing tech. Tech basically means for us technology. Okay, na? So why technology entrepreneurship? Why would we like to go for this kind of entrepreneurship? There are many case studies in front of our eyes which actually have come from colleges, which have come from universities, and have now become business models, huge business models. Okay, I think everybody must be knowing all this entities that are here, isn't it? Airbnb, Dropbox, Facebook, Uber, Google, WhatsApp, Instagram, etc., etc., etc. We all know them. Okay, I think in the today's session, Pratik was also talking about Elon Musk. He's jumping into areas where nobody is trying to jump. Okay, so that kind of quality. And basically, when we talk about these all this particular what you can say organizations, they have actually jumped into areas where things were either not at all there or were available, but with a small aspect or with a very small different scenarios. Okay, that was the reason. That is the reason. And the next question that we should ask is why tech entrepreneurship in India? Okay, and the answer to that is, again, you can see on the screen. Okay, why tech entrepreneurship in India? Okay, one, we have a lot of Indian companies who are now huge names. Okay, Flipkart, Ola, Oyo, Hike, Snapdeal, Redbus, in your InShots, Paytm, etc. We have this developers who are from India and who have actually invested, who have been founder members of this organizations, and they are doing things. Okay, I think InShots, if you know InShots, it's, if you want to know your news, and that also within only 60 words, that's what where InShot comes into picture. Redbus, I think at least once someone must have booked a ticket on Redbus. Now all this came into picture in the boom of e-commerce, when e-commerce was coming into picture, Snapdeal, okay, and so on. But all of them came because of some needs, okay, needs by people, needs by individuals. As Pratik was saying today, you might be having a need, but whether that need is to be needs to be validated. Yes. So if you have an idea, you need to get it validated. So today, when I don't remember the name of the person who asked him whether we should share the ideas or not, but today it's the scenario of sharing. Okay. So this is why we should be interested in tech entrepreneurship in India. Then there is another good question that should come to your mind. Should I be entrepreneur or should I be intrapreneur? Okay. What is an intrapreneur? If you can just tell me. I'll just skip it back so that that screen is not directly visible to you. Okay. Can someone differentiate between entrepreneur and intrapreneur? Class? Can
Hello,
someone differentiate? Yeah.
sir. I think intrapreneur, as it sounds similar to entrepreneur, may have some qualities that an entrepreneur has.
Okay.
And
So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. And
yes, sir. No, sir. That's it.
okay. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Brijesh, Anjali.
Sir, question no समझाना.
What is the difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur? Okay, I'll take you to the slide because the slide actually has the answer, but then still. Okay. What's the difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur? And I have raised a question over here. Should I be an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur? Okay. 99% of you have a chance as of now to become intrapreneur. Okay. I'm saying 99% of you because most of you are planning to join jobs. Yes, you want to become employee of someone, you want to work for some company, you want to code for them, you want to design for them, you want to do SEO for them, you want to do marketing for them, you want to do data analysis for them, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Is it okay? Is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And what?
Yes.
And for that we have done the placements.
Right. For that you have done the placements. Very correct. Okay. That is the reason we have done the placements. But then that's also not a bad thing. Okay. Why it is not a bad thing? Because intrapreneur is someone who has the qualities of entrepreneur. Okay. All the qualities that were mentioned in your first slide. Okay. But he still works for someone. Okay. But he has a different motivation. Along with earning for his family member, he also has a motivation that he would like to do something which is different within the organization. Okay. So he would like to do some innovation in the company that is working with maybe the processes of the company, with maybe the services of the company, and with maybe the products of the company. Okay. So, but then again comes the question, when can you become this entrepreneur? Okay. You cannot become entrepreneur the day one you join the company. Okay. You cannot do that. But gradually over a period of time, you definitely can become an entrepreneur. Okay. Now, what is the objective of this person or this entity? It's a simple scenario. It directly enhances the sustainability and strength of the company that they work for. Okay. So that is the whole idea. So now, then primary motives to bolster the revenue and profits of the company they work for by making substantial changes to the company or how they operate. Okay. Now, when I say substantial changes, yes, there are a lot of things. Now, here, if you want to do this, you need to be the first movers. You need to be the persons who need to who should be ready to accept what you can say, responsibilities. Okay, because what generally happens is, in today's context, if you give someone a work, his first responsibility would be कि छोड़ना यार, बहुत काम मिल रहा है, वो बंदा तो आराम कर रहा है, सामने वाला बंदा आराम कर रहा है और मैं ही काम कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो गधा बन गया हूँ यहाँ पे. दिस इज व्हाट इज द माइंडसेट ऑफ पीपल. ओके, पगार तो उसको भी उतना ही मिलता है, मुझे भी उतना ही मिलता है, लेकिन मुझे 10 काम करने पड़ते हैं, उसको एक ही काम में निपटा देता है. Okay, now you have to understand one very critical thing over here. Okay, and that is, why does your boss give you this work? Okay, आपको अगर 10 काम मिल रहे हैं और उस बंदे को एक काम मिल रहा है, तो वो क्यों मिल रहा है? ये समझ के चलिए, हमेशा समझ के चलिए कि आपको अगर 10 काम मिल रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये मत समझिए कि आपको परेशान किया जा रहा है. इसका मतलब बहुत सिंपल है, यू हैव कैपेसिटी एंड you should be ready to use this capacity. People always have a mindset कि यार 2 काम ज्यादा करने पड़ रहे हैं मुझे and सामने वाला नहीं कर रहा है. Do not compare yourself with anybody else in your organization. Okay, you are unique. You have your own qualities. You will be able to work according to what you like, what you do. Okay, if you carry forward this particular attitude, okay, this motive always becomes profitable. Okay, क्योंकि अगर आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लोगे, आपको ज्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा, तो और अगर आप कंपनी को थोड़ा प्रॉफिट करके दोगे, तो एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कंपनी इज गोइंग टू थिंक, ओके, कि नहीं, दिस पर्सन हैज सम कैपेबिलिटीज एंड ही शुड बी गिवन सम एडिशनल अपॉर्चुनिटीज. ओके, व्हाई? इट्स वेरी सिंपल. ओके, and the scenario is, who takes the risk over here? Entrepreneur. In terms of entrepreneur has to take the full risk. But if I talk about intrapreneur, or possibly I am not taking any risks. Most of the risk is taken by my company. Okay, जो मुझे पे कर रहा है वो रिस्क ले रहा है, so it's a very win-win situation. However, you need to be very careful that entrepreneurs may get fired if they go on to this particular thing. If they generate poor ideas or try to change something very drastically, which might not be going well with the organization. Okay, but if you know people, okay, if you know pen drive का generation कैसे हुआ, if you know how IBM works, IBM, Accenture, all big companies, they have huge number of entrepreneurs with them. Okay, entrepreneurs with them. Why? Because they are the people who do R&D. They are the people who, although they are in IBM, okay, although they are in Dell, although they are in such big companies, maybe even Nvidia, okay, what they are doing is they are developing products under their names, maybe for the organization, but that is creating opportunities for them. Okay, so never think that that's not possible. That's always possible. Okay. Generally, and in terms of, if you want to become entrepreneur, we all know that we'll have to input our capital and resource. In this case, again, we don't have to take much of a risk, and all the capital and resources that are needed for the project are at the given to you by the company, so you don't have to bother about it, isn't it? You don't have to worry about it. Now, so what actually works for? So basically, entrepreneur works for an organization, and however, they will have some freedom that entrepreneurs also have. They will definitely get this kind of a freedom. Now, why I am quoting you this? Okay, and I also already mentioned कि don't see कि भाई सामने वाले को कितना काम दिया जा रहा है और मुझे कितना काम दिया जा रहा है. कि आपको अगर काम दिया जा रहा है, इसका मतलब बहुत सिंपल है कि आप में लायकात है. You have capabilities which the other person might not be having. Today there is a concept of, the people say there is a concept of smart work. Okay, and there is no concept of hard work. Hard work करने वालों को लोग गधे बोलते हैं. Okay, remove this concept from your mind. There is no alternative to hard work. Okay, smart work is a short-term duration entity. Hard work is a long-term duration entity. If you combine both of them, hard work along with smart work, then things would be totally different. If you do only smart work, I am guaranteeing you will be thrown out. Okay. If you do only hard work, you will not be thrown out, but you will have to work with hardships. If you combine both of them, then definitely there is a short medium way of going to things. Okay. Now this quality, if you inculcate in yourself, all the 97 people who are present here, excluding myself and Arpit sir, if you inculcate this particular property thought process characteristics in your mind, you definitely will have a huge success in the industry. Okay, and you will be definitely growing. So you have to decide, as I mentioned, whether you want to become an entrepreneur or you want to become an entrepreneur. Uh, as I mentioned, the chances of becoming entrepreneur will come to you only if you prove yourself in your company for a longer period of time. So you need to work hard from day one. At some point of time, there will be people who will be listening to you, and once they start listening to you, you always get this capability of doing things according to what you would presume or what you would be liking. Why I am quoting you this is because you can consider myself as an example of entrepreneur. Okay, we started with MCA in 99. I was the first employee of MCA in 99. Okay, joining GLS University. And then from 99, along with Sony sir and other members of our team, we tried to develop the entire MCA course and everything. Okay, we played a lot of roles in Gujarat University, a lot of roles in GTU also. And then as soon as we became, because we had this mindset of starting other courses of computer science from long back, but we were not getting permissions from other people. We had applied for other courses long time back to Gujarat University also, but we were not getting. Okay, there were two mindsets. One, अगर ये course हमारे पास आ गए, so we'll have to work more. And another, okay, if this courses comes to us, we'll have more knowledge, we'll get more options to experiment. So it's always a conflict of mind. Okay, how you look at it. And then as soon as we got this opportunity, when we became university, we launched these courses. Okay, now see, if you look from an angle with the same organization, we now have multiple courses. Okay, we are now a force to reckon, because now we are not only a strength of 240, now we are a strength of almost 500, 600, 750 people. Okay, in masters. Now that also brings opportunities, because wherever there is a bulk, companies would like to go over there. Okay, companies would like to come over there. Competition definitely increases, but then it's a win-win for everybody in the organization, in the other entities. And over a period of time, I have become head of that particular department. So I could have become a professor only, okay, in a particular department, but because I inculcated certain habits of working without bothering about what my peers are doing. Okay, even when my peers used to say that, "Sir, आप तो फालतू काम करते हो," I said, "Yes, forget about it. I am going to do my job." Okay, and then at some point of time, you get those opportunities. So I am heading a department, although I am teaching you people also as a professor. I am heading a department. I am having 10 faculties under me now. As I mentioned, I could have only become a professor reporting to someone, or I could choose to become a professor and a head, wherein I am teaching, reporting, as well as people are reporting to me. So choice is all yours. Okay, as I mentioned. So you can take all these options and then look forward. Okay. Now, so this is what you should look for. I would recommend you to become, if those who are not trying to become entrepreneurs, I would like you to recommend definitely that you should become at least entrepreneurs. Okay, but then it requires hard work. Okay, so there are certain misconceptions. I'll go very fast with them. One thing is, I'm not answerable to anyone. I am the boss. It is not the case. You are answerable to many people if you become entrepreneur or even intrapreneur. Okay, you're answerable to a lot of people. I can work in my own time. This is total myth. You cannot work on your own time. You have to work on the time that is a deadline. Okay, you cannot go beyond that. In certain cases, uh, we think that my ideas are going to return 300% returns, but then it will make money very fast. That does not happen. Okay, why it does not happen? Because for all businesses, because as I mentioned, ultimately entrepreneurs comes down to business also. There is a 1,000-day rule that applies. Okay, 1,000-day basically means almost 3 years. Yes, if I multiply 300 with 3, it is 900, isn't it? 65, 65, 65, if I add them, it is plus your 100, isn't it? So there is a norm that अगर आपका business या अगर आपकी entity 1,000 दिन के लिए टिक गई, तो chances है कि you will be growing. Otherwise, you will wind up before this. Okay. So you have to be patient. This is a simple statement here. Even if you are going to become entrepreneur, even if you are going to become intrapreneur, you need to have patience. 3 साल तक there is no profit. There cannot be huge jumps in your profits. इधर कुछ चिंता करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, काम करना है, काम करना है, काम करना है. After this, you can think that there will be a growth or something. Okay, otherwise it's not possible. This is another misconception. I'll be able to vacation in my own schedules. Not at all possible. Okay, nobody can now go to vacation. So my vacations after becoming a head has become zero. When I was professor, I was getting 2 months, or at least 2 months holidays in my entire 365 days. दिवाली की छुट्टियां होती थी. दिवाली की छुट्टियां मतलब according to students. Now I have only 1 week holiday. So मैंने मेरे ही पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारी है. मेरे वैकेशन सारे खत्म हो गए हैं. दिवाली के वैकेशंस खत्म, any additional vacations खत्म, एग्जाम में your summer vacations are over. So it's not possible now. Okay, and people and system will be nice to me because I have nice idea. Forget about that. Everybody has nice idea. Okay, you are not the only one, as it was mentioned by Pratik also. So these are certain misconceptions that are there with respect to entrepreneurship. Now, in terms of entrepreneurship ecosystem, this is very, very important for you. Okay, you students who want to become entrepreneurs, want to have some ideas about what to do, because there were certain questions also. So first is incubator. I'll just first show you them and then I'll be talking about them in brief. Accelerators, that is the second stage. Investors, that is the third stage. Then you have your universities, which play an important role in entrepreneurship ecosystem, and the last entity is your government. So all these are supported by government per se. If you remember, Pratik was saying that he received a grant of 20 lakh rupees, or they won prize of 20 lakh rupees, isn't it, for the particular product? Okay, who gave it? Government. So that is the major ecosystem of entrepreneurship. Now, incubator, if I want to talk about it, is something who supports people like you who want to become entrepreneur. As Pratik was mentioning, again, I would like to repeat you that only ideas are having less chances of being incubated. But if you have a brief, something ready, if you have invested, say for example, if I give a classic example to you, you want 20 lakhs for a product. Okay, nobody is going to invest 20 lakhs in your product without only on idea. But if you have invested at least 10% of it, that is 2 lakhs. Okay, and made something out of your idea, then definitely people would be interested in investing into it. Okay, I think you must be having an idea that GLS University is having an incubation center. Okay, if you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask me. We have an incubation center called GLS Leaf, LEAF. Okay, and we do scrutinize ideas, products, and everything, and we do give grants and everything from the government also to them, to the students. Just to brief you, for our first batch, my first batch student of MSc IT, I should not say my, it should be ours only because it's GLS University. So our first batch student of GLS University, he had got a grant of 20 lakhs from government to start his company, and his product is, his company's name is Tech Samvad, and he is working on Gujarati language interpreter as well as translator. Okay, when I say translator, it's something like your OK Google, which is OK Google works in Hindi and other languages, and he has prepared it for the regional language, that is Gujarati. Okay, so that's how universities actually play a role. So incubators can be private, can be government, can be from in universities. Accelerators is someone who pumps in more money, okay, so into your businesses. When you show some growth in this particular incubations, then these people come into picture. So यहाँ पे 20 लाख है, तो यहाँ पे करोड़ों की बात आ जाती है. Okay, and then you have investors. So you must have heard about angel investors and so on. Yes, again, government as well as private. And now these are the people actually who pump in a lot of money into your businesses because they are interested. They would be having some stakes. How they take it, that's a different story. Okay. And as I mentioned, universities do play a very important role. In Indian context, the universities, when we say in Indian context, we look more from the side of IITs, IIMs, and so on, and topmost B schools. Okay. But the ecosystem for entrepreneurship in India as of now is growing. Okay. It's very much growing. So now because there's a huge opportunity now. People, when we used to study and when we used to do things, as he mentioned that there was only one computer with internet. I actually was able to recall my days also, because we had one computer in our organization. That is where I worked initially before joining GLS. Okay, that was known as Software Frontiers Limited, Gandhinagar, one of the best IT companies in those days. We were having around 350 employees. Okay, but then we only had one internet connectivity, and I was the first person, in terms of, when I'm saying first person, in across Gujarat, we were I think four people were the first people to work on ASP, web-based activities, because in those days desktop was very popular. So we did not have anything to learn, where to learn from. Book का तो भूल जाओ, ASP की books India में लाओ, मतलब it was too costly. Okay, and internet we did not get. So that was the scenario. But then still today things have changed. Okay, so universities are playing huge roles in terms of this ecosystem. जस्ट टू गिव यू दिस सिनारियो, अहमदाबाद का इकोसिस्टम देखें तो अहमदाबाद में इतने सारे लोग हैं जो कि आपको एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के लिए सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. ओके, मेरा CIA, MBBI, माइका, ये जो लीफ मैंने बताया ये अपना वाला वेंचर स्टूडियो गणपत का है. वेंचर स्टूडियो आई थिंक इज अहमदाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी. GU सेक इज गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी. आई क्रिएट भी गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी में है. नहीं, आई क्रिएट इज अ प्राइवेट एंटिटी, सॉरी. देन GTU का इनोवेशन काउंसिल है. ओके, GNLU है. ये सारे अहमदाबाद है, अहमदाबाद गांधीनगर के हैं. इफ यू गो एंड गूगल एंड सर्च, and if you are interested, you must simply dump your ideas over there. If you have products you can put, okay, then you'll be getting some support from them. So ये अहमदाबाद का इकोसिस्टम है. I'm not going into details of them because you may search them on internet and then find something about it, so you will get a picture. Okay. Now coming to data science, this is what basically data science is today, and why data science. I've chosen this topic for you as a tool for entrepreneurship. If you can look this particular slide, data science में computer science and IT भी आ जाता है, maths and statistics भी आ जाता है, और domain knowledge भी आ जाता है. Okay, it also includes machine learning, it also includes software development and traditional research. And if I combine all of them, it becomes data science. आप लोग data science पढ़ चुके हो, दिग्गजों ने आपको पढ़ाया है. Okay, so I don't have to talk about data science. Okay, but then I wanted to show you this particular video, but I'm not showing you right now. What you can do is I'll share the PPTs with you, so you can go through this video later on. But this video actually is talking about 10 top data science of startups, okay, of 2020, who are doing a lot of good things for in today's context. Okay, so I'll not show you this video right now in this particular session, but definitely I would like, if you want, you can see it there. I'll share the PDF with Arpit sir, and he might be able to share it with you. Okay, so I'm not showing it to you. These are the three ways you can join entrepreneurship bandwagon in terms of using data science. Okay, those who are good at maths, those who are good at statistics, those who are good at programming, those who are good maybe in today in context AI and ML, they can use these three models to become, or to be to involve them in terms of entrepreneurship. What I am talking about is, you may form your companies, or you may use these entities to promote a company, okay, and do a lot of things. Okay, so let us first have a look at the first model. These are the three models that I would like to discuss very fast with you. So the first model is the deep tech model. Okay, now when we say data science per se, data science actually involves a lot of analysis, isn't it? Yes or no? What have you learned in data science according to in your syllabus? If you can just give me a gist of it very fast. I do not have much slides to show afterwards.
Regression model.
Regression model, yes, fine. Then
prediction based on
prediction
model.
making. Okay, prediction making, fine. Classification model,
sir.
Okay, good. So today, if you see this particular thing, which this field was very popular in 90s, okay, and suddenly it went out, and then suddenly today, because huge amount of data has got accumulated, it has come back. Okay, there are two aspects to look into it. One is software development, and second is something new. Okay, now look at this deep tech model. When we talk about deep tech model, the idea is fundamental innovation. Okay, now if you remember what Pratik said, he said there is no innovation left. Okay, so there is nothing called innovation today. मैं कुछ नया कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है आज के टाइम में. Yes, this is what he was trying to say. But then again, that same thing, if I generate a new product using maybe some techniques, I'm talking about it as innovation. Okay. And how we are able to do it? It is basically research and testing. You have to use a huge amount of research and testing if you want to go into this particular model. What is the goal of this particular model? Is that you take a patent on innovation. Now there was a question from someone कि हमारा idea copy हो जाएगा, and he said that you can go for intellectual property right protections in terms of patent. So patent is one example. Okay, so I developed something which helps me to get a patent for it, and once I get a patent, I am capable of maybe charging people to I can take money from them for using whatever that particular entity is doing. Now, what do we do in this thing? Okay, the general idea is that we may build models which are for doing a lot of things. It may be the models may be built for supervised and unsupervised activities. The models can be built for classic neural networks, maybe convolutional neural networks, or maybe recurrent neural networks, wherein you are trying to maybe map say in terms of if someone has bought this product, what he will do, whether he is going to bring a new product or not. So these things are already existing. We are not saying they are not existing, but come up with a scenario. आज के scenario में COVID है, isn't it? Now COVID, take a classic example of COVID. कोविड का मतलब क्या? कोविड हमको डिटेक्ट करने के लिए सबसे लास्ट स्टेज कहाँ पे जाना पड़ता है? सीटी स्कैन. यस, दैट इज द फाइनल सिनेरियो. सीटी स्कैन करवाओ तो हमको पता चलता है. अब सीटी स्कैन में जो आपके पास इमेज आती है, इमेज एनालिसिस अगर आप करो और उसको आपकी एक्यूरेसी लेवल जो अभी मार्केट में एक्यूरेसी लेवल्स हैं, वो एक्यूरेसी लेवल्स दे आर लेस देन 80% एक्चुअली. ओके, अगर उस आप ऐसा कुछ मॉडल बिल्ड करो इमेज रिकॉग्निशन का, या इमेज क्लासिफिकेशन का, या इमेज मे बी सेगमेंटेशन का, जो आपको 90% एक्यूरेसी से ये बता सके कि हाँ कोविड एक्चुअली कोविड है, so this can become a new model for you, isn't it? You can develop something from this, and once you do this, you don't have to actually form a company also. आपकी कंपनी बिना किसी ऑफिशियल लॉन्च के या किसी क्लाइंट्स के, someone would be ready to take away this particular product that you have built. Okay, or there's no high-end entity investments at times, as I mentioned, but there is a high risk with this model, and that is that because this is R&D, research and development. Okay, things may not turn out well because research is something which may succeed, which may fail. So this is one thing that is there. But today, a lot of people are going into this particular direction, and specifically those who are having a bit knowledge of mathematics और बिट नॉलेज ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स. आप लोग तो कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड से हो, स्टैटिस्टिक्स तो आता ही होगा, मैं ऐसा समझ के चलता हूँ, काफी लोग कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड से. तो अगर आप अपने स्टैटिस्टिक्स का थोड़ा ध्यान बढ़ाएं और थोड़ा उसमें और इम्प्रोवाइजेशन करें, तो यू विल बी गेटिंग ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटीज इन दिस एरिया. I would recommend that you see this video of 10 minutes. It's not more than that, but as we are out of time limit, I'm skipping that video for you right now. Okay. This is the first approach that you may go, but as mentioned, it requires a lot of research and testing. Now look at this, as I mentioned, इसके लिए आपको किसी कंपनी को ज्वाइन करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. आप अभी जो आपका एमसीए का प्रोजेक्ट है, किसी भी कंपनी में ज्वाइन किए बिना ऐसा कोई टॉपिक लेके एक अच्छा सा नया मॉडल बिल्ड करने की कोशिश करें, मार्केट का रिसर्च करें, and then if you are able to do that, because 4 months is a good enough time to work on anything. Okay, 4 months full time without learning any new subject or anything, working on a particular domain, working on a particular thing, it's a huge time limit that you have. Okay, so that is what is available to you. Okay, so this is an opportunity today. Data science is becoming a great opportunity today for entrepreneurships. Okay, this is first way that you can use data science in terms of your entrepreneurship journey. Second is this, that you can use it as an additional feature model. So basically now, if you look into this particular aspect, what you do is you try to use data science in B2C, that is business to commerce. When we say business to commerce, we're talking about any applications that we are using in today. Okay, आप इंश्योरेंस का एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहे हो, आप शेयर मार्केट का एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहे हो, आप क्लासिफिकेशन का एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहे हो. ओके, जहां पे भी आपको कोई भी स्टैटिस्टिक्स चाहिए, वो एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहे हो, कोई भी एप्लीकेशन की हम बात करें, उसके अंदर हम डेटा साइंस का यूज करें. Okay, and here data science is not the core proposition. मतलब हम अगर Amazon पे सर्च कर रहे हैं तो Amazon को there is a recommendation system, isn't it? Amazon में कि जिस बंदे ने ये खरीदा है वो ये भी खरीदता है, ऐसा कुछ हमारे पास available है. These kind of systems are there. So that is not our core entity. Okay, core entity is something else, but then data science can be used here. Okay, it generally is used to shape the user experience कि यूजर किस तरह से मेरे वेबसाइट पे या ऐप में किस तरह से काम करना है या उसके लिए यूज हो रहा है. Okay, and I've only given three simple scenarios over here. One is recommender system, one is portfolio distribution, second is fraud analysis. Okay, now fraud analysis also is data science. Yes. So for example, I'll give you a classic example. Okay, आप लोगों ने अपने सभी आपने एग्जाम दिए. Yes. And from these exams, we have come to find out that some of you have sat in one house and then given the exams. And we have been able to locate the IPs also. We have been able to locate the locations also. कि आप लोग इस जगह पे बैठे थे, इस जगह से आपने काम किया हुआ है. Okay. Right now, I think no action has been taken against you. But if this norm is going to continue, I would like to generate this model, which because I'm having the logs with me, I'm ready to work. Okay, that I would like to generate this model कि भाई पिछली बार ये हुआ था. now I'm trying to inculcate two things. एक मुझे पूरा एक सिनारियो बेस्ड आउटकम मिलना चाहिए कि कितने लोग सेम आईपी यूज कर रहे हैं, कितने लोग कितने टाइम पे वो आईपी यूज कर रहे हैं, कितने लोग उस आईपी का चेंज कर रहे हैं बार बार, या कितने लोगों के आईपी बार बार बदल रहे हैं. Okay, so that I can come to know something. So I can do a fraud analysis from this. Okay. Chances of this model succeeding are very much high because there are very low risks. As if I have generated one particular model, it can be reused in different scenarios. So it's something like what your Pratik was saying in the morning. If you build your own library, if you go on adding things into your library, after some point of time, you generally simply will be earning a lot of amount of money from the same library. So it is the same case. The only drawback is that it is hard to sell. So everybody does not understand data science and you need to make them understand कि ये visualization हम जो दे रहे हैं उसका फायदा क्या होने वाला है. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल कोई शेयर मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करता है तो उसका पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट करना है मुझे कि कितने शेयर में उसने किस तरह से इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है, उसका ग्रोथ क्या हुआ है, क्या किस तरह से हर हर उसका कंपोनेंट का डेप्ट में है, मतलब इसमें है सॉरी क्या बोलते हैं इसको सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट द नेम एज इज ऑफ नाउ. ओके, इक्विटी में है एंड सो ऑन. तो वैसे हमको उसको पूरा ड्रॉबैक देना है, तो दैट इज वन थिंग. And the last model is consultancy model. Now this model actually comes to you if you have expertise in data science. So as of now, as you people might not be having, so instead of doing the previous two things, that is exploring the market and delivering a new product, we may use data science in whatever projects that we have. Maybe service industry में जो भी हम काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं उसमें जो भी हमारे पास पर्टिकुलर निश एरियाज में जो भी एंटिटीज अवेलेबल है उसमें हम धीरे 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 करके डेटा साइंस का यूज करने लगे. सो सिंपल एग्जांपल में आपको बोलूं, जो आप डैशबोर्ड्स कॉपी करते हो नेट पे से फॉर योर एडमिन पैनल्स, ओके, दैट डैशबोर्ड डज नॉट हैव एनी सिग्निफिकेंस. उस डैशबोर्ड को मॉडिफाई करने की सोचो, उस डैशबोर्ड को किस इस तरह से यूज करने की सोचो कि मुझे इनसाइट्स और रिकमेंडेशन तुरंत सामने ही मिल जाए. ओके, नॉट कि भाई कितने नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स हैं या कितने यूजर्स ने एक्सेस किया, ऐसा इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, those dashboards can be converted into huge beneficial entities of data science. Okay, and in this case, scaling up is easy because जैसा हमने कहा कि if we create the library models, we'll be able to scale up very easily. And it is again, as you can see, many applications, but difficult to sell. This is one aspect that we need to remember. Chances of success in this model are also more, and the only drawback that we have is that it is a slow development because we need to develop everything from the scratch. Maybe it might take a longer period of time. So these are the three basic good approaches if you want to use data science as an entrepreneurship journey. Okay, so I guess I'll stop. This is the references. You can look at them and you'll be able to generate a lot of information. So from my side, this is all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll just put down that link into the chat box in case if you want to have a look later on. Yeah, anyone, any questions, please? No questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, then you can write down in chat panel also, or you can ask by unmuting yourself. So I think no one is having any question.
Very good. So I guess we may end then.
This is the last call for questions. If someone is having any kind of query, yes, you are allowed to speak in Hindi, Gujarati, English, Kathiawadi. There is no compulsion that you are allowed to speak in English. Please.
Okay,
No
just
questions.
let me. कुछ क्वेश्चन है किसी को?
Mehta, do you have any question?
No questions, sir. No question.
Just let me tell you that I am also the member of the scrutiny team of GLS Leaf. So if anybody has any ideas and would like to propose them in our GLS Leaf, you can interact with me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Harshal. So I think no one is having any question, right, sir?
Fine then. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Harshal sir, for giving your valuable time also, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now, students, please wait for attendance. Do not leave. Do not leave. I'm going to record your attendance, please.